Hey, what is up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team, and a happy new year to all of you guys. And what a year it has been. We dove into so many weird and mysterious and off-the-wall things on this channel, and we're going to do it even bigger in 2017. And, of course, the channel wouldn't be here without all of you guys, so I love all of you, and I really appreciate everything. And, by the way, I've been getting a lot of requests to do a sort of a New Year's video compilation where I choose all of my favorite smoking gun pieces of UFO footage from 2016, and I am working on that video right now. So I'm going to try to get it up tomorrow, the next day at the very most, but I think it should be up tomorrow, so definitely look out for that. And I just hope you guys had a safe and happy New Year. Just as a side note here, interesting story, I was going out of town with my wife to visit some family for New Year's. And so we started on our drive down, stopped to get some food, and ended up breaking one of my teeth, one of my molars, up in the top back of my mouth. Which then, over the course of the night, started hurting. My jaw and cheek started to swell up like a baseball. And long story short, I ended up having to go to the ER at this local hospital, out of town, couldn't get into a dentist. It was about an hour before midnight. And because I was in such pain, I just could not wait. So my wife and I went to the local emergency room. Luckily, it wasn't busy. I got taken back right away. Jaw is swollen. You're seeing a picture of that here. My upper cheek, it was like a baseball. And apparently it had gotten an infection in my cheek from breaking my tooth, apparently. And long story short, I was cut into, I was given 3 or 4 different shots, antibiotics, pain meds, and before I left, they gave me this huge shot of antibiotics right into my thigh. The syringe, the needle on this shot was like 3 inches long. I'm still limping from that shot. I still can't walk on my right leg. So we got home literally 2 minutes after midnight. So we didn't get to see the ball drop, but luckily I had a big bottle of Dom Perignon champagne waiting for me when I got home, and me not being such of a big drinker, I gotta say, this is the one time where alcohol never sounded better to me, and it was like heaven seeing that champagne. But all in all, it was a good New Year's Eve. My face is better now, my tooth is better, and it's just one of those things. So it was kind of a crazy New Year's Eve. Did not think I was going to wind up in the hospital with my cheek looking like a baseball. But the rest of the night went without a hitch, and it's good to be back home. So we've got a few very interesting stories to catch up on while I was on my break for this New Year's. The first one we want to start out with relates to this photograph that you're seeing here. Crazy shot of something caught flying in the skies over Canada. I mean, it looks like a saucer. It kind of looks like the Star Trek ship from the TV series. And this was posted by a website called thepacket.ca. So it's a Canadian news website titled "Clarenville Man Spots UFO Over Random Island." Now, this wasn't just some random island. It's actually called Random Island. A man named Chad Haynes captures photo of strange object in the sky. And we actually have a second photo. I'll show you that here in a second. But the article says, Mr. Haynes says that he's the last person who might believe in aliens, extraterrestrials, or UFOs. But after witnessing an unidentified flying craft near his house, he can't explain what else it could have been. Says while deleting some images off of his camera this past week to make space in preparation for Christmas morning, Haynes stumbled upon some photographs that he took earlier in the year from his Bayview Road home. Now, although these photos were taken before, this story is just now breaking. And it says here, as he was reviewing the photos once more, he still couldn't find a rational explanation for what he saw in the sky. And that's what you're seeing here, the original, unaltered version of the photo of this UFO. It says, from the street, looking across the water toward Random Island, Haynes saw a hovering object near the moon. So we have the moon here, we have the reflection of the moon down on the water here, and we have this object. It definitely does not look like, anything I've ever seen man-made. Now, he says that this object was out there for 2 or 3 hours. He then says after staying in the same spot, the object moved up and down and then shot off out of sight very quickly. Haynes was able to capture some photos on his camera of the unidentified flying object appearing over the water. So actually, what we're seeing here are photos that I believe were actually just taken on a regular digital camera, not the kind that shoots HD video and not a phone. So this is just kind of like your Polaroid or Canon camera. Just your basic camera, not like a DSLR or anything like that. Because otherwise, obviously, he would have captured some video if this thing was there and he actually had his phone with him. But apparently it was just a regular camera. Here is a second photo of the object that, well, he at least released to this news agency, showing the object, but this picture's a little bit more blurry, so there's no real definition, but it is another photograph. So then the article states that whatever it wasn't a plane, and that it was far too large to be a drone. Now, like many other skeptics, Mr. Haynes has seen, many of the videos and stories about UFOs, reports of strange sounds, beams of light, and other phenomena, but says that, he's a skeptic, those things could be caused by anything. But now, after witnessing and capturing the images and seeing the thing for himself, he is unsure and is really reevaluating his disbelief in UFOs and aliens. He says, quote, "I couldn't believe it." But apparently, this isn't the first time people have reported UFOs over Random Island. In October 1978, a local military man by the name of Jim Blackwood was one of dozens of people who spotted what they believed to be a UFO hovering over the island. So this guy, he's actually a retired police officer as well. And this occurred 37 years ago over this same exact island. And apparently, after this happened, it caused like a UFO craze throughout the town. Now, what they saw back in 1978, and again, what a dozen other locals saw, was a strange cigar-shaped craft hovering over Random Island. And this is in October 1978. Only 25 years old at the time, Mr. Blackwood responded to the call when he was a police officer from this group of people at Marine Drive. He assumed it was a simple case of people possibly getting drunk and imagining things, but what Mr. Blackwood ended up seeing made him a minor celebrity in the town and the subject of ridicule on the police force. So much so that after leaving Clarenville, he rarely spoke about the incident. He said, quote, "I went down and the craft was hovering between Clarenville and Random Island, right on the water. It was only a couple 100 feet off the water. It was there for a good 2 hours before it left." He further says, quote, "I activated the police lights on the roof of my police car, and the object activated lights of its own at the same time." Now, apparently, one of the local residents, using a special telescope used for drug surveillance, was able to get an up-close view to something that he cannot explain to this day. He was able to zoom in on this object and see it up close just before it blasted away. And since then, Clarenville became Newfoundland's own Roswell. Newfoundland, by the way, is a large Canadian island off of the east coast of North America. And as I said, the town went into sort of a UFO craze after that, to the point where local businesses offered alien-themed sales and even had a hockey team that called themselves the Clarenville UFOs. That's pretty crazy. So we have documented sightings that have occurred in this town, apparently, that were so explosive and seen by so many people over this island that it kind of turned the town into what you would think of Roswell here in New Mexico is today, which is, it's the UFO town. You go there, all the restaurants are alien themed, and that's what happened here in this town. So could this be the same craft or just a different craft that's maybe somehow related? All I know is this thing looks like it's from outer space. And according to the source, it was not natural. So anybody over Clarenville, Newfoundland, be sure to shoot me an email if you have any more info. I will link to the article in the video description. Now, on to some video footage that was taken just before New Year's, this time over Texas. Go ahead and check this out.
It's an Omni, bro.
What is it?
Oh! see one of those.
I can't record it.
Look at this shit.
We're all gonna die. Hey, right there, that's turning us. 2017. Aliens. They're gonna let us know.
All right. Wow, I love it. Love the commentary on some of these videos. So, from what I know, first of all, this was tweeted to me. It was posted on a Facebook page of a Mrs. Crystal Melendez. And what you just saw were two separate clips. So I'm guessing these may have been Snapchats or something like that. But we have two clips. People are going crazy seeing these things. The caption on the original videos reads, and I quote, "When you are celebrating the new year and see that aliens are watching, LMAO. Hashtag aliens, hashtag Houston." Obviously, we're seeing this triangular formation of lights. Typical, we've seen many of these formations over the past year. I highly doubt these are Chinese lanterns. Chinese lanterns do not move in formation. Well, and another thing, they don't just sit still in the sky in formation. They drift, they move apart. These lights just seem to be sitting there. And we have a couple different angles here. Drones, I mean, could be possible, but, you know, all of the drone footage you usually see, these drones, they fly fast. You see them spinning, you see them doing loops, you see them going up and down. I mean, that's the point of flying a drone. Normally, you don't see three separate drones just sitting in the sky in a triangular formation. And again, most drones are multicolored. So I'm doubting the drone theory, and I think we definitely have something here. So, Houston, Texas. Uploaded yesterday at 2 in the morning. This thing has already got over 5,000 shares. And a lot of comments from other people who saw them and said that no, these were definitely not drones or lanterns. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I think the people in this video partying were hoping that these were aliens. I think they wanted to be abducted. Would have been one hell of a hangover if they did. So yeah, big thanks to Crystal Menendez. Hit me up if you have any more info. So, as I said earlier, it's great to be home. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'll be going through all of my emails, going through footage. I'm also working on that compilation video. We're going to show you some of the amazing things that we broke on the channel. Amazing footage, stories, you name it. It's all going to be in the new video that'll probably, most likely, be up tomorrow. So in the meantime, if you are new to the channel, I've been seeing we've been getting a ton of new subscribers lately. If you're new to this topic, or maybe just haven't seen all of our videos, head back through our past ones, check them out, rewatch them. If you want, start from our very first video and work your way up. It'll get you up to speed with all of this amazing stuff that we've been doing here, all of this crazy research. And just remember to keep an open mind, because reality and life definitely is stranger than fiction. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year again. I can feel it. This is going to be the year of big things, and we've got a lot of big things coming. So be sure to stick with the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscriber button on my channel. That way you'll get notifications, and I'll see you guys back here in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.